All right.
Good evening.
I've met a gentleman here by the name of Heavy Duty, and AC Kimberly, is that right? Tell me a little. As you know, I just found the burial spot, which was the burial spot of Ronnie Van Zant. Of course, he's been moved from here, I believe, right?
He was over here by his mom and daddy.
Right. Okay. Tell me a little bit.
Well, first time I met him was in 1964. He was 14 and so was I. We were working at a grocery store,
Right.
bagging groceries.
Yeah.
And he worked there for a while. He was kind of feisty, but he was good. Then he went on after that, and he started playing with his bands. They were called a 1% or something.
I recall that
They were
story.
called the Young Ones, the Young Guys one time. So he had different names. They changed the name every week.
Right.
So for a while. But anyway, he was a guy to work with. He was a fun guy to work with, but people said a lot of things about him, but I think he put that on just to get more popular.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was bagging groceries to support the band because they weren't making any money.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was bagging groceries to try to buy a car.
I got you. I did the same thing.
So that's
been a long time ago.
That's where I met him, and I heard his wife and moved him from over by the Van Zant family here a year or so ago.
I've heard a couple of times even, possibly.
Well, he was moved to there was another cemetery out south of the mall out there. People kept breaking into his grave.
Yeah, and I find that appalling. That's just horrible.
And they had to put extra concrete on here.
I've heard.
Very deep, so you to be able to dig into it.
On this one or the new location? Okay.
This is the new location.
Oh, this is the new location
Yeah.
here. So this is the actual burial spot of it.
That's where he is.
Okay.
Over there where I was telling you on the other side where you see Billy Powell's.
Yeah.
You turn to the left there instead of right by Billy Powell's.
Okay.
You'll see his mom and daddy's grave and his daughter's grave.
Okay.
And
well,
he was there too at one time.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected because I thought this was the initial place and they'd moved him somewhere else. So thank you for clarity.
Down south of Normandy Mall on Highway 17. They broke into it there, then they moved him over there by his mom and daddy when they got married.
I got you.
And then they started breaking into it over there.
Yeah.
So they moved him out here, and it's a special. Actually, his ex-wife moved him.
Right.
There's an uproar about it because his ex-wife didn't like him to be married to the daughter, but the daughter was by his first wife.
I got you. Understand.
So they put him over here. She put him over here, and her excuse was she wanted to put him by a pond because that's where it was happiest for him by a pond fishing.
Right, right. So actually, we are actually right next to the Ronnie Van Zant.
Yes, that's true.
You know, he's had a lot of influence on my life, and I'm sure yours too.
Oh yeah, he had a lot on mine. We used to party a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard he could fight.
Well, it's funny. He started out wanting to be a baseball player.
Yeah, yeah.
He got hurt playing ball, American Legion baseball. Then he decided he wanted to be a fighter, and that didn't last long. So, because he got beat up pretty good, then he decided he'd been all along he'd been singing and trying to get a band started, and they weren't getting much recognition for a long time, but he finally did.
Yes, sir.
He got to be real popular. But, you know.
Well, I tell you, it was a tragedy. I'm on a motorcycle here, and my next, I got out today because it's warmer weather, and my next thing I want to do is ride to the actual memorial over in Gillsburg, Mississippi. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Or the plane side.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me this here, is this your first time, or this not your first time to come to this location?
Well, to this location, yes, because he's only been here a short period of time. That's why I was looking
for okay. I got
He was over there by his mother and father.
Right, okay.
And you'll see, if you see Billy Powell's spot over there, he was, where you turn right to go to Billy Powell's spot, you turn left, it's right there on that corner where it goes around.
Okay.
And his wife and not his wife, his mama, his daddy, and his daughter.
I got you. So tell me a little bit more. I know he had, what, 1 or 2 children?
He had one, Melanie. She's dead.
That's right. She passed away not too many years ago there, huh?
Yep.
Okay. I got you. That's interesting. All right.
Also, if you want to look for the bass player, you find the Van Zant family is there right in that corner.
Yes,
they're
sir.
right across the road from him.
Okay, all right. What about Artemis Paul? You ever meet Artemis?
A lot of people met Artemis, but he weren't from down here.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, he was actually recommended to Ronnie by Charlie Daniels. And Artemis, when they recorded that album, a live album at the place in Atlanta.
Right.
Artemis was coming that morning to try to make it to the band.
Right.
And his van broke down 3 blocks from the theater.
Right.
So he carried his whole drum set. He had to make 3 trips.
He carried it by hand. Oh,
get in there.
You know, that sounds like something Artemis would do, doesn't it? You know.
He lives out at the beach now, they say. But.
Yeah, I think he's still doing some things with the APB band, or was it the Artemis Pyle band? I'm not sure if they're still gigging or not.
Yeah, they still are. They're taking some.
Yeah. I tell you what, for such a great band, I know they had their inner conflicts, but still, I'll tell you this, and I'm sure you probably heard a lot of people tell you this story. Back when I was a kid, of course, even today's kids know the Home Sweet Home Alabama. It's in 3 chords, D, C, and G, and that was the first 3-chord progression I ever learned on how to play a guitar.
And he had a fight with his producer at the recording studio about that.
Did they now?
Yeah, and I forgot his Alice Cooper.
Was it the Alice Cooper or a different Alice Cooper?
It's Alice Cooper. I don't know which one is Alice Cooper.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they were playing, and Alice Cooper called him aside, and says, you know, we're having a problem with this. You know, these guys are playing in different chords. He said, we can't do that. We got to get them on the same chord. He said, that's the way we play it.
Oh, yeah?
And Alice said, well, we'll try one more time.
Right.
To record it. So they went through it, and Alice was still unhappy.
I wonder why.
Al Cooper.
Yeah, Al Cooper.
Because they were playing in 3 different chords.
I got you.
And Ronnie said, the best thing I can tell you to do is to get in your car and leave. We'll take care of it. When you come back in the morning, it'll be recorded, and it'll be the way I want to hear it.
Right. And he probably had a couple of extra words on top of that. I don't know.
They say, well, knowing him, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not very happy. It's kind of like when the Rolling Stones told him he couldn't go out on the tongue.
Right, right. I got you. Okay.
If you ever see a picture of him where he's talking where the drummer for Rolling Stones telling him he can't go out on the tongue,
right.
he's doing all he can to hold,
I'll be dang.
His temper.
That is interesting.
But it's just, Alice Cooper was the producer.
Can you tell me this? Can you remember the last conversation you had with Ronnie?
Not really.
Yeah.
He was just another guy.
And that's been a long time ago. Did y'all remain friends even after he kind of got up on his way to fame and all that?
No, because I was an East Sider.
I got you.
I went to Jackson High School in Jackson. He went to Lee High School. We were big competitors.
I got you.
And so I used to go see him, you know, when they were playing and all, but I never really went from there.
Didn't keep
where
up.
he lived. And all
yeah,
that.
yeah. What about any of the other kin folks? Do you ever come across any of his kin around here, anything in Jacksonville?
Not really. Most of them, well, see, his aunt, and she owned what they called the Keg at the time, but it's the old West Tavern, and it changed names 2 or 3 times. And they changed the name to the Keg when the song got popular. He wrote 3 Steps.
I got you.
But anyway, her son, if you go past where Leon is and Ronnie's grave is, going around the circle a little bit, you'll see Jimmy Van Zant.
Okay.
That's her son, his aunt's son.
Okay, I got you. Well, I'm going to go over there here a few minutes, and I came to pay my respects, and you've certainly made my day here, sir.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. It means a lot to me because I wouldn't have known this. See, I'm out here by myself, and I live a pretty good ways from here, so you've educated me. Yeah.
I come down from Georgia today myself.
Oh, what part of Georgia?
Baxley.
Okay, that's not far from me. I live in Hortense.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My family's from Baxley. We lost our farm and moved down here when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm so glad to meet you. And let's see. And what was your name again? I'm sorry.
HD, like heavy duty.
HD, heavy duty. Okay, Mr. Heavy Duty.
My mama gave me initials because I didn't deserve a full name.
Oh, I understand. I don't know if I believe that or not now.
Last name's Kimberly.
Kimberly, okay.
Like Kimberly Clark.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, this is really a special day for me, and I'm sure it is for you too.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been here now. Last time I was over there.
Well, I'm going to go up there. Oh, tell me this. I know that, of course, the backup singers, are all of them deceased, or is there still one alive?
Still alive.
Leslie Hawkins?
She lives here in town.
Do you? Do you ever come across or see her, or what's she got going on?
Nothing. They had some article about her not long ago where she was going in and donating some money for something.
Yeah.
But see, she actually sang with Wet Willie before she came to them.
Okay.
Another one in Southern Band.
Well, you sure made my day. All right, well, I'm going to get out of your way and let you have your respects with Mr. Ronnie here. And, hey, it was a pleasure, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Sure.
Okay, man.
He was just a funny guy sometimes. Everybody thought he was big and mean.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he was a big guy. He's not.
Yeah.
Or he wasn't. He's actually shorter than me by about a year.
Is that right? Yeah.
And weren't near as heavy in the chest. Now, he had a bodyguard, Gene Odom.
Matter of fact, I emailed Gene Odom a while back, but I didn't get a response. I was going to have him kind of give me a tour, but I don't even know if he's still doing that or not anymore.
He lives here in town, you know.
Yeah. Do you know Gene?
No.
No, you don't know him?
Two cousins, but they both died in Rayford Penitentiary.
Oh, okay. Well, I may get a...
Odom used to carry $100,000 in a briefcase.
He was sort of a kind of a manager for him at one point, or bodyguard and manager, wasn't he?
Ronnie's bodyguard and manager, plus if they destroyed something, he had cash to pay for the damage.
Reckon how many hotels he paid for? Hotel rooms?
Ain't no telling.
Probably more than 20 or 30.
When they got to traveling, they traveled all the time.
Hey, do you think they would drink a little whiskey every once in a while?
To me, that's not even a good question.
I got you.
We all did back then.
I did too. Hey, thank you, sir.
Sure thing.
All right, man.
I was hooked on wild turkey.
There you go. You have a good day, okay?
You too.
Thank you again.